As a project manager, you are in the process of selecting a vendor for a critical component of your construction project. You have identified several potential suppliers and need to make a decision based on multiple criteria. The criteria includes cost, delivery time, past performance, quality of material, and the vendor's sustainability practices. How should you approach this decision to ensure an optimal choice in line with the project procurement requirements? So we are focusing on source selection. We have candidate vendor, and this question is asking how can you select out of many candidate suppliers. Let's see the options. Option A, choose the supplier offering the lowest cost to stay within budget. So the question is clearly indicating that you need to select based on multiple criteria. Yeah. It is nowhere saying that select based on cost. Many of us may be working in the organization where cost plays a critical factor, and that might be okay to do when the deliverables of these suppliers are pretty much replaceable. Yeah, there is no much quality difference. Then probably we just want to go with the lowest cost. But the question is clearly indicating multiple criteria, so just jumping a cost as a parameter is not a good idea. So I ignore option A. Option B, select the supplier with the shortest delivery time to ensure project timelines are met. Same rejection criteria like option A, because in option B, we are again focusing on one parameter, which is delivery timeline. We are looking for the option which integrates multiple parameters like multi-criteria decision making, something like that. And we can use a source selection table. That is something, an option we are looking for. Option C, evaluate each supplier against all identified criteria using weighted scoring model and select the one with the highest overall score. That looks a great option. Multi-criteria decision making, you might have studied in your PMP preparation, can be used at multiple places. You can use it for requirement prioritization, and you definitely use for selecting the right vendor. And this question is clearly indicating that you have to worry about multiple parameters other than cost and timeline alone. Option D, give a preference to the supplier with the best past performance record, assuming they will meet all other criteria satisfactory. So again, there is a possibility you may give more weight to past performance. Yeah, there is a possibility. You can say that past performance may be 2 times more important than the cost and timeline. Yeah, and that is incorporated in option C. But we don't know exactly which one will be weighted more. Maybe cost is weighted more, maybe timeline is weighted more. But option C will say that we will work, we will identify what are the criteria where we need to put more weight, which means where we need to put more focus. And based on that, we will evaluate the vendors and come up with the ranking, and we'll go with that. So option C incorporates in a way A, B, and D in a more structured format than just going with a one particular criteria, which is not very clearly coming out of the question situation. So option C works perfectly good here. The task, this particular question is basically task 11, process domain, plan and manage procurement, because you are focusing on selecting the right vendor. And the topics covers are more like source selection and multi-criteria decision making.